So today is Saturday, 20th of August 2023. I hope I got the date right. So I'll be doing question and answers in this video in regards to Peugeot, as I normally do. So I'm going to do a walk around while I'm answering some of the questions. So today I came with the D9. This is manual. So somewhere around uh, Central Business District, which is also regarded as the central area. So let's see. I need to pull my phone. Let's see. So I don't think I've done this in a while. So no, not Saturday. Today is Sunday, not Saturday. Sunday, Sunday 20th August, not Saturday. So so I'm going to go straight into the questions. Okay, hold on. So this is from Ibrahim Dodo. He said, I'm using Z9607 EW12 engine manual, which normally comes with 16 rim tires. But I later changed everything to 17 rim and tires. Is it wrong to do that, or better maintain the normal 16 rim and tires? Okay, 16 rim. Oh, hold on. Let me see. To be able to hold the phone and the camera remote at the same time. Okay, so see, what you need to understand about tire sizes, rim sizes recommended by manufacturer. When you use what manufacturer recommends in terms of the rims and the tires, it means the fuel economy they claimed the vehicle is supposed to achieve can be obtained. Also, the highest vehicle speed manufacturer claim the vehicle can achieve can actually be also achieved as well. So that's what I mean by when you use the manufacturer's tires and rims recommendation. Now, when you go off the manufacturer recommendation, then you either wanting you gain more, that you achieve more than manufacturer claim, or you achieve less than what manufacturer claim. So what that means is, if you decide to use like, let's assume a smaller rim, not necessarily smaller rim, let's just say a lesser weight rim, and maybe smaller or lesser weight tires, it's a possibility that you may achieve just a little bit more fuel economy than claimed. That's what I mean. You probably could, your car will consume just a little bit less than you're supposed to consume. At least that's one I know it's achievable. But then when what I mean is, for example, if you switch from alloy rim to steel wheels and use maybe tinier tires. Yeah, you have added less, you've reduced the weight on the wheel, so the fuel consumption is expected to reduce a little. But when you go off by increasing the load on the rim, that manufacturer recommend that you use higher or bigger wheels, that's rim, tires, which usually have more weight than the lesser or the smaller rims or tires. Yeah, of course, you've added load to the rim, so the engine has to struggle to pull those weight. So in other words, it will consume more. So what do you expect? So I mean, I believe I've answered your question. For manufacturer to recommend 16 rim tires or 16 size tire or 16 rim for your Zena with EW12 means they've checked it and realized you'll be able to enjoy the car fuel economy better with that rim, and also probably the vehicle speed, be able to get more speed with that rim. So when you go higher, it's going to affect it. It may most likely going to be minimal, very small, but it really affects it. Now, understand another thing. Just because I say 17, like for example, it says 16 rim to 17, doesn't mean all the 17 rim weigh more than all the 16 rim. There are some light alloy rims that my point is, you'll be surprised that there could be some 17 alloy rim that will have the same weight with 16 alloy rim. So it all depends on what the manufacturer intends. Some rims have more weight than the others. So in that case, you could say, let me see, which side should I go? I think I'll go this way. Let me keep straight. This way will take you to say market. This is what's the name of this place? You call Women's Center or something. So keep going straight. So it doesn't necessarily mean all the 17 rim will have more weight than all 16 rim. So there are some 16 rim as well that have more weight than other 16 rim. So it all depends. So if you want to maintain the factory rim size, tire size, then I'll recommend you also make sure whatever rim you are using have almost the same weight with the factory one, even if you want to install aftermarket. Make sure it's the same weight. Now also you need to understand another thing about changing wheel sizes. The wheel sizes, when manufacturers produce vehicles, they calibrate the speedometer according to the wheel sizes recommended. That's the tire, or let's just say tire, let's not use the wheel. Now let's just say the tire size. So they calibrate speedometer according to that. So when you start going up the recommended tire size, expect that your speedometer will no longer be accurate. Of course, you could say most speedometers are not actually that accurate. They're usually a little bit off, maybe 5 or 2, 3 kilometers per hour off the actual vehicle speed. But when you go off, then when you go, you use non-recommended tire size, then yeah, it means it will go off completely. I don't know how much, but it's definitely going to go off completely. So I believe I've answered your question. So if you are going, see, you can't claim that the same rim, V6 Z9 usually have, is it 17 or 18 rim? I think 17. So there's a reason why they put that 17 on the bike, because of the engine. Engine can handle that weight, and the weight on the wheel probably is also better for the Z9 with that engine to be able to put that power to the ground. So of course you can put 16 on a V6, but I don't think it's going to help the performance of the vehicle. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. I don't know. You just try and find out. But I'm just telling you, there's always a price to pay when you decide to use a rim that is not recommended. But what I also will know is sometimes when you want to change the factory recommended tire size, there's a way you can do it and it will match almost the same vehicle speed, vehicle will achieve and all that. You just maintain the same height of the vehicle. Okay, I think that's mostly of the height. There are tire specialists that will be able to recommend, okay, you want to use a different rim or different tire size. I'm talking about the width. You want to use a different width of the tire or something, recommended. Or tire size, that's the way they do it. But the point is this, usually the fatter the tire, the more weight the tire has. So I think, see, the tire, anything that has weight, you are saying adding more weight to your vehicle, the more the engine has to, the engine will require more energy to be able to pull that weight you've added. And that energy means more fuel. So it's as simple as that. So I hope that I've answered your question. Okay, it's actually a bridge, but not much water here. Second question. This is from Warren Quebec. Okay. I know this guy. So it says, good guy. Okay, he's commenting or responding to a video I did on CNG conversion in Nigeria. So he said, good guide there. This conversion is already achievable in Kenya and been around for quite a few years and in good numbers. And you get the luxury of switching to petrol by a flip of a switch and vice versa. Yes, the fuel economy is the same, but the cost in purchasing the gas is the game changer. Okay, so at least you've confirmed what I pointed out in that video, that the cost of the fuel economy of CNG and the PMS, that's petrol, is the same. I don't have difference. So it's not as if you're I don't know how they count that CNG, whether it's by a liter or something, but let's just assume their own is also a liter. The same distance 1 liter of petrol will take you is the same thing the CNG will take you. So no difference in terms of fuel economy. Even if there is, it's just insignificant, very, very minor. I said, will be in that video. I think I mentioned maybe if one is doing 7 kilometers per hour on the highway, no, 7 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, 100 kilometers per hour on the highway, then the other one might be doing maybe 6.5 or 6 liter per 100 kilometers per hour. So it's basically the same thing, no much difference. So, but I think the only difference now is on the cost of both fuel. One is cheaper to buy than the other. That is just the only difference. So I'm here. So this is I'm still somewhere around central area. Which way do I go now? Okay, let me go this way. This is CBN, that's Central Bank of Nigeria. So I'm not been to Abuja. I don't know what it looks like. This is it. So this is the Central Bank of Nigeria. Of course, I believe there will be branches in various states of Nigeria, but this is the headquarters. I don't know the street name, but I know it's Central Nigeria. So this side will take you to area 3. Follow this way. Take my right. Take you to area 3, Nikon Luxury Hotel. This way will take you to like City Plaza. I hope it's still functional. It's been long I've been there. This other one, I don't think there's any special need. Okay, so let me take this one. So like I was saying, let me leave this this is the CBN. I think the entrance is at the back or something. So yeah, like I was saying, the consumption is the same, but the purchasing price or the price are not the same. So this is don't think I've been inside. Maria and Babangida National Center for Women Development. Okay, speaking of Babangida, for those who probably don't know, this one time Nigeria president, military Nigeria president, and that's his wife. I believe so, if I remember correctly. So yeah, relating it to this CNG. So there was a time, I think it was in the either late 80s or early 90s. I can't remember exactly. But I think it was during that military regime in Nigeria under Babangida or something. The federal government then was promoting or encouraging people to switch, to convert their 504s, 505 to either CNG, LPG, something. I can't remember exactly which of the fuel type, they were encouraging Nigerians to switch to that time. And the federal government also subsidized it. I remember then, every time you watch it on the NTA programs, you see them using 504. Yeah, specifically 504 to demonstrate how good probably how to do the conversion, or the one they done the conversion on. And then the federal government also then, the federal government of Nigeria, they subsidized the conversion cost. I remember it was that low. Was it 8,000 naira or less? I can't even remember. Was it even either CNG, LPG, or conversion to diesel? I don't think it was from petrol to diesel. Because you can't just, I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but it's either one of these three. But it made more sense that it was either CNG, LPG, or yeah, either of these two. So it was even cheap. I remember there it was very cheap. Government encouraged people to switch, but I don't think people actually did that switch. Even if they did, it was just very risky. Because I know it was basically only on TV that I saw or I was seeing 504s and 505 that were being converted. I didn't see any private. I did not encounter or touch any 504 that had that, apart from the one I saw on TV. So it's possible they did, you know. So this store, the one at Center area. I think I've been to this store like once or twice, only once. I think it was only once. I just didn't bother coming here again. I didn't find everything I needed at that time. Something discouraged me from coming here. Either the parking space was not big enough or something. So how about the other stores that I usually go to instead of this one? Anyway, but it's possible because I think when I came here the year it was launched. So after then I don't think I bothered again. So it's possible things have changed. I don't know. So somewhere, like I said, somewhere you can see CBN. So it's beside the CBN. If you are wondering which of the side I'm talking about. So, all right. So I have a lot of things concerning this CNG thing. You know, that Kibet pointed out. From the look of things, I'm beginning to think that eventually we are all going to convert our petrol cars to this CNG thing in Nigeria. You know, I don't usually like to go political in my Peugeot videos, but in this case, I think I may have to just mention one or two things. So I have a suspicion why I think eventually everybody may end up converting to this CNG thing. You know, people have been saying, how come for men it was only during military regime in Nigeria that, what's it called? The refineries. The 4 refineries in Nigeria have been in operation or worked. But all through the civilian so-called democracy, with all the importing fuel, none of the refineries worked. In other words, none of them, even after so-called turnaround maintenance, none of them worked or has ever worked. I hope I'm correct. Maybe I could be wrong. But this time around, even though there is a big refinery, Dangote is trying to because they said they will launch it, but then nobody knows when they will start operation. So it appears that if the first, People say the refinery are being sabotaged. Those four are being sabotaged. But it begins to look as if this time the sabotage is even coming from maybe the federal government of Nigeria. I don't know. It's just a suspicion. Because from what I've seen the government doing recently, their pronouncements, their actions, I don't think they ever have any plans to make any refinery work. In fact, it's as if they want to do away with petrol completely. Petrol, diesels, and the rest. But like I say, I could be wrong. But then, it seems maybe I could be wrong, but maybe Nigerian government or federal government is being influenced by the Western world, the Western elites or governments to implement their Green New Deal. Of course, so who are watching will understand what I mean. Some of these Western countries have already pronounced the date they want to stop or want to ban ICE, internal combustion engine vehicles, in their countries. USA did not didn't have such date, but then they are already implementing it by making it starting with so-called Green New Deal or whatever they call it. I'm not even sure it's in operation, but then are frustrating their civilians from buying fuel very cheap price. So I think the same thing is being done here. Since they know Nigerians cannot afford electric vehicles and they don't like petrol, diesel, because they said, these cars are polluting the environment. So it's possible, I don't know, but it's possible that they are mounting pressure on Nigeria federal government to force Nigerians to convert their ICE vehicles to CNG, which they believe or claim is cleaner for the environment. So if what I'm suspecting is true, I'm not saying there's any proof of that, but if what I'm suspecting is true, then there's no hope for petrol to come back. In fact, I actually pity the Dangote because as if his money is going down the drain. The refinery is about to, he is still building. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to be proven wrong, honestly, because only that. Just be observant. Just what I tell people is keep your tribe, keep your religion, keep all those things aside and use your logical mind to look at what's going on in your country. You have your answers. But in this case, maybe I'm seeing it wrongly. But look at government pronouncements, things that are going on. You can tell. No plans at all to make fuel, petrol or diesel cheaper than it is today. So it's as if it's already a concluded position of the government side that PMS diesels are done for good here in Nigeria. Anyway, that's my suspicion, which means it could be just, I could be wrong. So there's no fact. Oh, this is a City Plaza. Back in the days, this place used to be very, very popular. I don't know anymore. I've not been to this place for a long time. I mean, years now. Should be more than 5 years now. I've entered that place. But possible it's still as good as it was the last time I was there. Who knows? So, back to the CNG thing. So, I don't know if you have a 504. Maybe, maybe you could do the CNG conversion as well, because at that time, during that era, the military government, federal government, they are encouraging CNG and subsidize the conversion. I remember that, I don't know whether it's CNG, LPG or diesel, but I know they actually subsidize them. So I think what was they were doing then was to change the carburetor, because that time almost 95 or if not 99% of vehicles in Nigeria, in fact let's just say 99.9 of vehicles in Nigeria were all fuel carbureted engines. They all had carburetors at that time. So the thing what they were doing then was just to change the carburetor, put the type that works with CNG. So it's possible they also work with CNG and petrol, as in two fuel in the same vehicle, two fuel types in the same vehicle. So just like Kibet said on this comment, that for these modern ones, you can easily switch. That you don't need to, all you need is you press a switch. It will change from CNG to petrol. Press the switch again, it will change from petrol to CNG. So in other words, you can use both petrol and CNG. So one finishes, you immediately switch to another. Like I pointed out, CNG, because of the limited size of their tank, so when you look at it, I call it tank, but when you look at it, it's actually a cylinder. But let's just say call it tank or cylinder, whatever it calls. So the CNG tank, they're meant for vehicles. They are usually not as big as the one for, not as big as petrol tank meant for these vehicles. So, however, there are some that are also big, but I don't know why people don't use them. Maybe because of the prices or whatever. So you can increase the size of the tank if you want for long journeys. If you want to use it for long journey, because if you use the normal size, I don't think it should take you more than 100 kilometers or so. So if you want to go beyond 100 or 200 kilometers in a journey, then you either will increase the cylinder or the tank size, or you put two tanks for the CNG, or you buy both CNG and petrol. So you probably will start off with CNG, then halfway when it's about to finish, you can now switch to petrol. So in other words, you just can't do without petrol for now, as long as going on a journey is concerned. Or you just buy maybe 2 or 3 tanks and forget about your boot. But once you go beyond one tank, I don't think you still have any space left in your car boot. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Maybe from the look of things, like I suspected, by December or January next year, we probably will have no other option than to switch to CNG. Unfortunately, it's not cheap. Unlike during the either Babangida or Abacha time that they did that thing. Then it was cheap to do the conversion, because the government at that time subsidized it. But now, I don't think this federal government has any plans for that. Anyway, so going more further. So this is from So please, Engineer Ikenna, what type of products of coolant can you recommend for 406 EW10 J4 engine? Um, products. See, when it comes to coolant, the recommended ones that I know of, they are no longer, I think the total one I highly recommend is no longer available in Nigeria. That is the organic total coolant. So if it, let me put it in another way. Oh, this is the central mosque. So it's central mosque in Abuja. So, I don't think somewhere there. So, I'm still somewhere. I'm still in central area. So, let me go towards this way. Yeah, let's go towards this way. Okay, so back to question and answer. So for coolant, see, I don't know personally. I currently use two different brands. But I will say this: was a good coolant. Hopefully, it's still available in Nigeria, and it's also organic. That is this Toyota coolant, which is that one in red color. If you can afford it, better for you. I don't know whether the one I know I've been seeing was the concentrated one. That one usually comes in 1 liter. Concentrated one. I don't know. I hope I got it right. So usually comes in a liter. So what you need to do is maybe you buy like 1 or 2 liters, then mix it with water. Remember, average quantity of fluid in Peugeot cooling system. That's even a 206. So probably that's 206 with EW10 J4S engine. Yeah, it was the 206 that made that passed and was making this noise. So I believe that's the one with that 180 HP engine, since it's almost the same color. Anyway, about that engine, I've driven one in 2. I've driven a 207 with that engine once. It's a fun engine and you enjoy it. But I fancy having a 206 with that engine. As good as quick as it will be. Squeezing one small cubicle. Yeah, I don't know, that's not feeling comfortable. Let me put it in another way. If Peugeot had produced a 207 with that engine, I'm all for it. 207 is a little bit more spacious inside. So the 206 with that engine is scoop. Doesn't have rear doors, so yeah, you'll be able to stretch your leg by putting your seat backward and all. But still feels small to my liking. But 207, yeah, I think the size is very okay. So yeah, back to the question. So you can buy the Toyota cooler, the Toyota cooler, that red one. You can still get it. like I said, they have the one I know about is the concentrated one. If you can get that one better, I don't know about. So the other one we have the current one, total own. That one is pre-mix. Just normal one. It's not organic one, so it means over time you have to change it. I think maximum use 2 years. But those organic ones, you can use it much longer. The reason why I prefer the organic ones is actually they are kind of oily, so they help to prevent loss compared to the normal ones. This place, I kind of talk about this building when I go to the front of it. So, it's nice. This from May Pro. So he said, hi, do you know if on my 2007 472 can upgrade the RT3 center console for 2010 RT4 system? I don't know. It's possible. Anything is possible. Since electronics that we are talking about. So yeah, anything is possible. And you can be able to do such conversion. I know people convert RT4 to RT3 easily. And RT3 to NG, is it NG4 or something? Yeah. So, but I don't know about RT4, but it's doable because some 407 has a few 407, not all. I think mostly not a lot of 407. A lot of 407 actually have quite a number of 407 have RT4. But personally, why would you convert RT3 to RT4? Doesn't make any sense. Because as good as RT4 is, I don't see anything that will benefit that much to do that conversion. I don't see. I mean, because the only difference between RT3 and RT4 is that RT4 has a hard disk where it has a jukebox. So the jukebox you can save you can burn some music inside it or copy and save some tracks. I don't know how much it can take. I don't know the size of the hard disk. And then another thing is that you can easily change the language rather than the RT3 that you need a disk, a map disk to change the language. Okay, so let's see. So So this video I was talking about earlier, um, so this is the NNPC headquarters in Nigeria. So if this is not being Nigeria, this is actually the NNPC headquarters of the Nigeria Federation. I think it's under renovation or something. I think renovating it, something like that. So I expect there will be some branches in other states, but this is the headquarters as far as Nigeria is concerned. That if they actually have branches in other areas, I don't know. It's possible, they're supposed to. So, as the music playing at the background here, I hope it doesn't affect the video. Because, YouTube and that thing, they'll just do copyright stuff. Okay, I'm going to end this here as part 1 and then continue with my part 2. Yeah.